Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from
the Big Jabowski.
This round I'm fighting Darth Tel. Darth Tel is from the guild Dark Side of Switzerland. Wonder which side that is supposed to be. But he's got General Skywalker in arena, still runs it with Ahsoka, who's at Relic 7 here. Pretty interesting that he would Relic 7 his Ahsoka all the way without running a negotiator fleet and not just get Arc Trooper. Don't even know if he actually has that one. He does at gear 12, okay. So in overall, in terms of relics, he's gone really hard on a whole lot of characters like Traya here at Relic 7, Talzin at 6. And it feels like he's either sort of playing a collection game and getting all of his strong characters up to the maximum relic level that he can. Because you can see here that it very quickly drops off into the gear 12s. With Han Solo at Relic 3 here still. So yeah, he likes to really complete his characters, and that's hurting him and will probably hurt me a fair bit too once I fight some of these. But because of that, he has a relatively low number of gear 13s, but all of them are really powerhouses to fight. In terms of speed, actually I had a look and I was a little bit shocked, I'd say. Look at this, Malik here on the third row has 220 speed. This guy has almost no mods, it seems. So he's really playing the game in his own kind of way, in a way that he hopefully enjoys. So no bad words about that. But in terms of speed, there are no challenges for me there. Now, should probably still take a look at feats before I get into the battle. Still haven't done this one. Gotta try to get some kills with Grandmaster Yoda, and for the rest there's nothing new. I should probably get started on the fleet battles without reinforcements at some point, just so I don't wait with it until the last week. So, my opponent hasn't attacked. Not too surprising. I think historically he never attacked first either. I haven't changed too much about my defense. I put my Bossk team here with Jango and Dengar. I think the rest here is still the same. Before I had Bossk in the back, in case anyone didn't watch the first video, which probably plenty of people didn't. Then I've got these over here in the front. I just want him to commit to something against these first order teams. And I actually went a little bit heavier in the back by putting my General Skywalker there, along with the other teams that I had before. Because the reason why my teams got mostly very easily one shot last time, I think, other than this Mother Talzin team, is simply because my opponent had all of his meta teams, so he could just use his General Skywalker up against this, he could use his Padme up against this team, in the front against Darth Revan he could use his own Darth Revan. So if someone goes heavy on offense with the board that I set in the first round, they should have no trouble at all just one-shotting everything, and I just need to get lucky that one team catches them off guard and gives me the win in that way. So I wanted to change it up and go a bit heavier on defense, especially because my opponent always goes very heavy on offense. But as you can see here at the top right, that's going to hurt me this round, because he put his General Skywalker on defense, which is super irrational for someone who has to fight the Supreme Leader Kylo and whose opponent also has a General Skywalker. But he did it anyway. I kind of doubt that he checked my roster. So that could be why. Maybe it's just the same deploy as the last round, I don't know. You can tell he's also low on Zetas. There's nothing on the Karth team here. No Zetas on the First Order team either. But these do look pretty formidable. Now, because of the lack of his mods though, he's got a really slow Rex. There is a speed set here, it's all 6 dot, but it's only 230 speed. So he's actually not too fast. But as you can imagine, in my position, not having a high relic CLS team, that could maybe do something here. My General Skywalker and Darth Revan on defense. I kind of shot myself in the foot there a little bit by trying to go heavier on defense against a guy who's just playing the game in his own kind of way. So that backfired really hard, and I'll have to see what exactly I can do up against his team. Now, I absolutely don't expect my opponent to full clear, so I just need to get through it, but that does pose some kind of challenge. Now, the Relic 7 Daka, also a pretty interesting team. It just takes a while to get through, I suppose, but not really any kind of threat. Then at the bottom, he put a new team, a Bounty Hunters team, and his troopers. So I'm expecting the back to be pretty light, but I would still like to open it up before proceeding up against General Skywalker over here. So what I could do is fight him first and see how that goes, if I'm able to one-shot it, or if I'm able to take anything out at all. That should be possible. But yeah, I'll have to make a choice there. Now, I've done a little bit of preparation again, like last round, because there was one person who said that they liked this, so that's enough for me to give it another shot. So got his teams over here. Now, my plan up against the General Skywalker right now is to use Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, who obviously gets destroyed by General Skywalker. I don't have an ultimate, and even with the ultimate, I think I would just lose all the same. So the plan is to use him, but what I then need is a way for my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren to not get critically hit. And a really nice option there is Shore Trooper, because Shore Trooper can, before General Skywalker gets untoppled, he could put up that 2-turn critical hit immunity. The only downside is that my Shore Trooper is gear 8, I believe, and has like 40k health and protection. So Rex M5s would kill him as he's pre-taunting long before I would get any chance of doing that. So that's not an option. My Phasma is on defense and also not Zeta on the lead, so that isn't an option either. I've really tried to think this through, what exactly I want to do. Other than that, options to put critical hit immunity are pretty, like actively are pretty limited. T3 can do it on droids, but this guy obviously isn't one. Another option that I have thought about is General Kenobi. Now the downside about General Kenobi is that the moment General Skywalker stands back up after I've hopefully killed off these two here, that would be a critical hit on my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, which would reduce the cooldowns, and then General Kenobi would take over with a taunt. But my cooldowns would already be reduced. Now, however, with my higher speed on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren than General Skywalker has, I should be able to get my stun back, and that could dispose of General Skywalker. That's currently sort of the plan that I have. So the idea is to actually take General Kenobi over here, as well as another tank. I also thought about bringing Watt, but Watt doesn't really add too much for me here, because I will be bringing Kylo Ren Unmasked, and Kylo Ren Unmasked is really only going to, he's going to constantly retaunt for me, basically. So there's not much of a point for me to bring Watt. I can put the health tech on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but it's not going to stop General Skywalker from just reducing my max health rather quickly, and I just don't think I'll be able to get through him. So I'd rather not risk that, even though it is an option. I think I can split off General Kenobi here and go in with that team. So that's sort of my plan right now. I'm pretty sure that the way it will go, even though I am modded for health on my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, is that I'll stun General Skywalker, then I can AoE, and that should hopefully topple him. Then in those turns there, I really have to kill off Rex and Echo, who should then just have their health left. And then once he stands back up, these will have to deal with him. But then again, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'll have to see. There's only 10 turns in between, and basically Supreme Leader Kylo Ren needs to kill both of these, because these guys don't have any damage. So it's going to be a tricky fight, is what I am trying to tell you. So for the other teams, I don't really want to plan anything yet, because it kind of depends on what I have left over, and I'll have plenty of options against all of them, and very few options probably against one of them, depending on whether this is a cleanup or not. Then I want to use Geos up against Newt here, I think. The Bounty Hunters would be nicely addressed by Rey Jedi Training, probably with C-3PO instead of R2 here, purely so I can do the feat with CLS, R2 and Chewie, or I guess I can also do CLS, C-3PO, Chewie. That might be better up against one of these teams, because there's no Zeta on his leadership here, so I won't be healing them, which means that bringing C-3PO isn't an issue. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay, so these are good then. That's a certain win. And then up against the troopers, I can send in Nest. That's a really easy win for me. I'm not sure if that is what I want to do. I could also use my Kylo Ren here. No idea if he's able to get through them, because that Shore is probably very tanky, and my Kylo has like 50k health, so I don't know if he's able to do it. I would imagine he is, but not sure I want to risk it. Then again, my match completely depends on this matchup here, and if this matchup fails, then it's over for me anyway. like if I can't kill anything in that team, which seems a bit doubtful, and if I do break it, then I do think I should be able to clear the entire map. So maybe I'll give this a shot rather than Nest, which is 100% certain. I don't need to crit for anything with Supreme Leader, with Kylo Ren, so I'll probably do that. And if it doesn't work, then I'll send in Nest. And yeah, let's get started with, let's do the Rey Jedi training team. So the last video was a bit over an hour. Sorry, I guess. Yeah, it's just, I guess, a lot of fights, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking and talking. I can try to keep them a bit shorter, but I just have to hurry up with the fights then, and maybe not plan so long in advance. There we go. Now this is also a really nice cleanup team for solo General Skywalker, because you can stealth, which prevents the counters. And you can put the healing immunity, which can really slow General Skywalker down. But yeah, I'll just use them up front here. I have other options to dispose of him, hopefully. Let's get to that Illuminated Destiny before the end. Speed it up a little bit. Does he not have a Zeta on Bossk? I actually didn't check. It appears not then. I should have really noticed that. But I guess I'm just eager to get into it now that I've been talking for a while. That should kill him, almost. Okay, I can stealth now, which I'm going to. Because they will probably get some attacks in. And then I can spread out the damage a little bit so that my Illuminated Destiny allows me to get back on track. Okay, good. I don't need to wiggle as much as I am. That's a little bit overkill. But perhaps I'll need a second one. I don't really know what Dengar has planned towards the end here. Let's see though. Okay, nice. So that's the first one done. Curious what he has in the back, if he really put any kind of other heavy team in the back. I do have some stuff to use, like my ARC Trooper can go and do some things there. Yeah, let's just quickly check their modding just to get an idea of what I'm up against, how much health and protection they have. So pretty squishy Veers in terms of health, but tanky enough. He can ability block every now and then, but only a cooldown of 4. Makes them a little bit faster. And will continue to speed them up, but my Retribution should make good work of that. He's got a stagger, but that's it. I think he does a debuff with his basic. I don't remember what it is. Defense down. Okay. And then Short Trooper. If I would have had a Short Trooper like this, I could have done the thing against General Skywalker, maybe. Yeah, let's try this with Kylo. That's the wrong Kylo. Let's use this one. Mine is pretty squishy though, that's the thing, because I've modded it for like potency, and so he's not actually super strong, but I really don't think they'll be able to get through it. So let's see how this does. Start with the AoE to get the Retribution. Ah, okay, he also dispels. Those are the kind of things you never really think about, because Stark is the kind of guy you use on offense a lot, and you don't really get to use that ability too much. Something I hadn't really considered. Should be fine here though. Yep, nothing to worry about. Alright, good use of him. Ah, he lost it. He wasn't at full health. I should have paid attention to that. Kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. But then again, it's just one character being used. I did also think of keeping him for offense, by the way, against General Skywalker, because he can put healing immunity with his basic. But I figured he's just going to get killed the moment General Skywalker stands back up, so I didn't really see the point of doing that. But definitely crossed my mind. It's just my concern that almost whoever I bring is just instantly going to get killed at that point. So let's think, do I want to bring Soldier for the tenacity down or Sunfac for the increased health and protection? He can also daze. The daze seems pretty valuable if I have to spend some time on Dooku. So I think I'll be bringing him. The Dispel is not too helpful, but he can add debuffs just like these other guys can. So let's do this. Maybe I'll end up regretting it, but I think it should be okay. The increased health pool should also help a bit against Jango's rocket, which will inevitably come in. No ability blocks is pretty annoying on Dooku though. Not a huge fan of that part. But stealthing everyone kind of defeats the purpose of stealth, so that is pretty nice. Let's focus on Dooku first. Definitely want to cleanse this. And now I have to try to get special with Spy. The moment I can get it, I should be okay. Let's try and get the daze on him. Perfect. Okay, just dispose of him. I don't want to drag it out there. I'm not going to have full health and protection banners here, but that's okay. It's kind of as expected against Newt, and Newt is so... I mean, I don't need to explain it to anyone. I think probably almost everyone fights this team on defense. It's super annoying, and it's really worth saving Geos for. Most people will... Let's get him out. It's going to come back and annoy me again, but that's okay. Most people will definitely keep their Traya on offense, so... I could have done the offense down there, I guess, but that's okay. Yeah, they'll keep Traya anyways, and they'll just easily dispose of any Geonosian composition you set on defense, so I kind of like saving them for offense. Even if I lose some banners, at least it's always a one-shot, no matter what they end up mixing up with Newt. So that's this zone gone. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, so he went relatively light other than this Mother Talzin. He even put Jawas. Wow. Either he's super confident that I'm not going to get through his General Skywalker, or... I don't know, I'm not even going to guess. Let's just let him have his moment. So we put this in here. Can take these teams out. Quite happy about using Kylo Ren there. Something a little bit different. And it's going to be a bit of getting used to what he's able to take on. I also wonder, once he was, like, he dropped under max health, I wonder how long he could hold out against various kind of characters before just running out of health and not being able to keep up with the regeneration. That's something I don't quite know yet. So I'm not really going to plan the rest. I want to see how this match here goes. Let's get to it. I mean, you can guess the other things. It's going to be the highest relic characters against their highest relic ones. And for the rest, I can just mix and match a little bit. The match I've been waiting for. Well, haven't really been waiting for. I already checked Rex. I just want to see Echo. Modded for crit damage and chance. Also slow. And fortunately really low on the offense. He must have other primaries then. Crit damage, sure. Protection. Yeah, okay. That's at least good. Don't know how the General Skywalker's modded. Let me just check that too. Not happy to see that. He's got this super tanky build. Where does the armor show? Almost 70%. Okay. Protection. 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 Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Also, since my Kylo is modded for health, no idea what to expect here. So if this doesn't work, I mean, he's going to clear my 2 front zones and then my fleet for sure. So if this doesn't work at all, then I definitely lose, I think. unless I'm able to somehow still pick the team apart. But if I can just leave it down to General Skywalker, I should be able to win. But if I can't do that and there's multiple characters, then it's going to be a close one. All right, let's do this. I'm mostly curious how much I'm going to hit on him before doing the special. I've got 184k health. That will allow me to survive a fair bit. And only 10k physical offense-ish compared to the usual 13k. So no idea how this will go. Okay. How far do I get? Oh my good grief. I thought I was going to get to at least half or something like that. But the damage is so ridiculously much lower. Whew. That is really bad news for me. Ah, of course he dispels it. I could have guessed that one as well. That is really bad for me. For sure. Let's hope this at least strips their protection. Okay, that's good. This should allow me to get closer. No, no crits. Okay, at least he was stunned the whole time. That's good. I'm gonna save this stun because I'll need to get it back as soon as possible after he stands back up. The foresight from Kenobi should help me a lot here as well. Let's just basic for now. Basic again, so that hopefully... I was really hoping he would get foresight. If I do an AoE here, I do hit the topple General Skywalker. I've tested this in Arena in the past because I was curious, so that's what I'll be doing here. You'll see his protection go down. Yep, there it is. So he has to focus a fair bit on my tanks right now. My GK is also taunting, so that's excellent. Please give me some foresight. Ah, perfect. Thank you. So everyone's cooldown's reduced, unfortunately. He's going to kill my Supreme Leader, my Kylo Ren Unmasked here. But the stun comes in, and hopefully that gets the job done. They even survived. Awesome. Okay, so if you ever encounter this scenario where you don't have any of the alternatives like Shore Trooper, like Phasma, etc. that I spoke about, then this is a way to solve it. It's not ideal, obviously, with pulling GK out of a Padme team. But a Padme team can usually fend for itself quite well with all the protection up. So this fortunately worked out. Pretty happy about that. Because I kind of shot myself in the foot. I knew there would be some solutions, but usually they're pretty painful in terms of banners. But I made it in the first try, so pretty happy with that. Let's get back to the board here. This part is gone. I'm not going to put any effort to crop it out here. You know it's gone. Let's take a look. We can do Padme up against. I wonder what my Shaq T team here can handle with Mother Talzin. How risky is it? Is a good question. I can also try the First Order team here. No, I just use him up actually. My bad. Maybe I still have another tank to do it with, but probably nothing with so many relics. So let's not do that. Could also use the Jedi. I just have to be a bit careful with Mother Talzin's offense. Let's take a look at how strong she is. Special over 10k. Okay. Well, I should probably use Padme then, just to be safe. Asajj is going to dispel... I should check her speed. It's pretty important. Because I can put up some buffs, but if Asajj goes after me... Oh, she's slow. Okay, she will go after me, dispel all the buffs, but does Mother Talzin go before her is the question then as well. This is pretty important to know, because if I have no buffs and then Talzin immediately goes, then I'm definitely going to die. Yeah, she's going to be 225. And Asajj here. Let's see, she gets 30, that's 195, and then 15 speed for each enemy with no buffs. So at the start, nobody's going to have buffs, which means plus 45, plus 75 on top of what she already has. So yeah, she's going to dispel all of my buffs at the beginning. Dang, that's pretty annoying. Okay, do I have another solution then? I mean, JKR should be able to do it. I can just direct focus Mother Talzin, but I would need to get through her 3 times, while Asajj is hitting ridiculously hard with the basic. So that seems like an absolutely awful idea that I don't really want to get into. Another option. What options do I have? Everything else, like Bastilla as well, is just going to get hit through health and will die. Who would have thought that this was going to be my most annoying matchup here? I can do something with Watt to prevent revives. So maybe if I put weapon tech on Jedi Knight Anakin, I'm just thinking out loud here. If I could do something like that and get... Nah, I'd have to get around zombie in the beginning. So that's not really feasible either. I do think that their health pool after Padme leadership should be high enough to survive Talzin for sure. So that might end up being my best shot, together with Watt. I mean, there's no turn meter generation from the weapon tech, but I think that could do a good job. So let's try that. Don't really have any other plan. I think if I use Shaq, the health is decent. I'm gonna retribute, but again, I need to get a lot of kills. I'll heal a bit from the leadership when they attack out of turn, but it's like 5%. It's really not enough. And the issue is that Talzin will instantly drop me under half health probably. So their turn being triggered, that should hopefully help me enough to stay alive. Yeah, let's do this. And if this doesn't work, then oh my, I'm gonna have an issue, because if I lose Watt here as well to try to get through, I don't think I'll have any other options. Just don't have a tank that I can make them focus on after just using my 2 main tanks. So going up over there, I hadn't really considered that, but in hindsight I think I would have played it the same. I don't really know what I could have done instead of bringing General Kenobi there. Kylo Ren and Mass did have it under control in the end, but could have gone wrong. He was pretty low on health and protection there. Anyway, let's try. So I'll get both techs out immediately. Health 1 on Padme. Now putting the this one up here, I really don't see the point, so I'm just going to basic for now. I had not considered that. That is brilliant. So because I dropped zombie lower, that made Mother Talzin overtake Asajj. That is great. Wow. Actually super happy with that. Now I can heal. Okay, gotta cleanse that. Let's try and get... I mean, it's gonna be a bit of an annoying back and forth. Nah, I already got her. Okay. That's just because of how much offense Jedi Knight Anakin there had. He already got the kill. So let's try and get this kill. Close. 1 AoE here, which should come up in a second, should fix that. Yes, and that's it. Awesome. I can get some good banners against most of the remaining teams. So we go up against this one next. Now, what I am going to do, I think, just have to be a little bit careful here. I can farm some kills with Yoda. I have to make sure I don't let old Daka here completely spiral out of control of their health, but she has 108k to start, just so I don't time out. That could be a little bit risky, but I think I'll be okay. Let's try and get as many kills with Grandmaster Yoda excuse me, here as possible. Should be pretty nice. Just let her revive Talia and Spirit, which look pretty harmless to me. Let's just get that first kill. That was with JKR, unfortunately. Okay, 1 kill there. This should also kill. Nope, just pretty close. That's 2 kills. She just used her, well, I can just stall a little bit, just use some basics. Don't really want to go too hard on her, so I hope I won't be critting too much. Basic, just 6k. It looks like a lot of progress is being made, but that's because her protection's relatively low. Why isn't she reviving? How many turns does she need? Okay, spread the foresight. JKR gets 1 more turn. And then she should be healing and reviving. Perfect. Okay, that should be 2 more kills that I can get here, hopefully. Let's call 1 in here. Another thing I could do, I guess, is not call the assists here because it kills them a little bit too quickly. And I do need to give Daka the chance to revive. And I should also use the special there because it doesn't regenerate any turn meter, or generate rather. I just don't want to do it on Daka, that's a bit dangerous. So let's just speed it up now, try to play this quicker so that I can get more kills. Okay, perfect. This one's probably squishier. No, that was no Yoda kill. I think I'm on like 4 or 5 or something like that. And I'll probably go on until like 7, something like that, and then I'll just make sure I kill all Daka so that it doesn't take me too long. I can't imagine it taking too long, but you never know. Would be a bit silly to time out on this. Do this because it does less damage, then I can do this. I mean, I don't really need to worry. She probably already has very high health at this point. I just don't want to mess it up. I have a really nice opportunity here to get a lot of risk-free kills. So I'd rather take that. Please don't kill. Good. That's like 4. Basic. Yeah, just basic here as well. Don't want to speed it up. AoE. Okay, I'll do 1 more round and then I will get to killing Daka. So let's speed this up. There she goes. Okay. It's also because of the defense up that is making me not entirely kill all the time. Alright. She is definitely crazy tanky right now. And I'm not really critting, so that's not super helpful. Let's auto the rest. If they can't take her down in a minute, then I give up. Does get a lot of crit avoidance from her mastery, obviously. So that's kind of what's making this go so slowly. Glad I started with about a little bit more than a minute to go, because it seems to be necessary to not put this down to like 10 seconds. Getting close. Would be nice if I can get the kill with Grandmaster Yoda as well. There we go, no idea, but some good kills there, max banners. Nice way of getting that feat going. Pretty curious now how many... I completed it, nice. Wasn't really counting properly probably, but good. Okay, let's try and do this with CLS, Chewie, and I think it was C-3PO that I said. Man, these Jawas, how much gear do they have? Like how much health and protection? I'll probably nest those. I think the detonators are pretty annoying banner stealers. I guess that's why I put them on defense, or maybe he just didn't have another team. Let's go over here with CLS. Search for some rebels rather than going through the whole list here. Can you believe that all of this Grand Arena stuff is done on a touchpad? Yeah, Chewie. So C3PO, not CLS who gets the guard. Okay, that's... Yeah, he gets his own health boost from that thing he's got going over there. Let's put the tenacity down on him. Reduce the turn meter, and then I want to get a stun on Kylo. He's got buff immunity, so he's not going to do a whole lot. I can't reduce his turn meter here, really. So let's just focus on Fox. There we go. I've got the stealth here, so that's nice. Still got hit a little bit, but he has that protection up, so he should be okay. Now I can reduce his turn meter and stun him. And hopefully I'll be able to pull off full banners here. Keep the confuse on him. And good progress. I could have saved that for the other one, I guess. Let's do this. And kill that guy. No idea why he took a turn. I feel like I missed something. But that just stripped all of my protection, so no getting that back. Pretty sure he was... I guess he wasn't stunned. Must have missed it. Alright. Karth, what do I want to do? Guess I can nest this as well. Still have a lot of... I should use Bastilla. She works very nicely against Karth. Just because I have 3 dispels on this team, they can't put their dots on me. I have so much bonus protection. It's a really nice use of these Jedi. I think I also used this in the last round. Yeah, it's mostly useful, I guess, if you have a pretty weak Bastilla like I do. If she's very strong, then maybe you want to do something different. Nice thing you can do here as well is in the beginning you can call Bastilla to assist to try to ability block one of them if you don't want one of them to use a certain move. Like I don't want Mission here to go under stealth, so that's what I end up choosing. I'll put this on Ahsoka because she hits a lot harder than Ezra, and this should kill. It wasn't a kill, too bad. Okay, then let's get rid of her now. Get rid of Karth. I like how hopefully every match now there's going to be something pretty unique and different from what I'm used to. Like this General Skywalker fight for me now was a really interesting one. There's no footage of people doing this anywhere that I'm aware of anyway. So it's nice to have that myself. I keep a big sheet of like counter videos and descriptions and team compositions and everything for my guildmates. There's some public ones as well that people, like some YouTubers, share around that are made in the Scoundrel server as well that you can make use of. I'm not really looking to make something like that public right now. Not that there's anything proprietary in there or something like that, but I like to spoil my guildmates a little bit with a lot of guides, and that's actually what I started doing before launching this public YouTube channel, so to speak. My channel is full of videos that are just for guildmates, just to help them out with all kinds of things, because it saves me a lot of time. Instead of explaining the same thing like 50 times, you just show them a video where you have explained it before, and that makes it a whole lot easier for everyone involved. So thinking here what I want to do, I'll just nest these like I was saying. Pretty sure that the detonators apply a separate damage as well, so even if you got a lot of them on nest, I don't think they would actually kill her. I already wasted the opportunity there to make them blow up. And she has very high tenacity, obviously, so they're not even going to get a whole lot of them on her, maybe? No, seems to be fine, okay. So there they exploded. I'm pretty sure they apply a separate damage. I should check actually if I just completed the feat. Pretty sure that I did. What are some other things you could send in against Jawas depending on the gear level? Obviously Bastilla, once again, you can totally evade getting any detonators at all. Anything with tenacity up works. People generally don't have a whole lot of gear put into them anyways. So plenty of options there. Also something with a lot of focused firepower, where you can just quickly pick them off before they get the chance to really apply too many. It's just a matter of banners. You always want to end with as many as possible. Of course, almost anything can take out Jawas, but you also want to do it for good banners too. So focus on that tenacity up against them, I think anyway. Unless I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but that should stop it. So what do I want to do? I don't want to use my Treya against either of these really because of their exposes. It's just banner bleeding, not so ideal. Though I think Jin doesn't have any exposes if she's not Zetaed. It's a 50% chance. And it can be resisted. Okay. I'll go up against Rey here first, I think. Just to use these. I'm probably not going to have full banners. And then up against the rebels, I can do something with Old Ben or Scion and Wampa. Probably Scion and Wampa, I would imagine, could get the job done. Although I'm thinking the exposes would pretty quickly take me down. So not quite sure there. I'll figure something out. I also still have Han, so let's make that work. Okay, goal here is to still try to get full health and protection. And for that, you obviously want to focus on the one who does the most damage on any individual character, which in this case is Rey Scavenger, as Rey here is going to start with a mind trick, so she's not too much of a threat. Again, no Zetas on anything though, so my opponent kind of just, I don't know, has a very particular playstyle. The healing immunity. That's interesting though that she would start with that, because usually she only starts with her mind trick. Well, that's going to cost me one banner, which is okay. Interesting learning there either way. She's not always going to start with the mind trick. I would think that she would prefer the healing immunity if she actually has an ally to call to assist. It's pretty weird that she just did it now straight away. Anyways, let's take a look. What do I want to send in here? Thrawn. Let's do Thrawn for the fracture and protection recovery. I can bring Old Ben and then I can bring Wampa and just keep looping between them, and then Wampa can get them down Yep. Could have also done Old Ben lead for the nice evasion, but I think I'll need my protection recovery a little bit more depending on the RNG of dodging, essentially. So the goal is always to kill Jin first, because Jin has a revive. Also really nice about Thrawn here, the counters together with Old Ben. It's a really beautiful combination where you can just stun them all the time. There we go. This should top up both of their protection. That should kill Jin. And that just leaves Baze, who I can stun here. There's so many nice things in 3v3 that you can do with Thrawn. If he's not needed to take down some meta team, you can combine him with TFP to keep stunning people like this. Like I said, Old Ben is a really nice combination. Lots of fun stuff you can do with him. That basic is super underrated. Alright, should be pretty good banners other than the fight over there, which I think I only lost 5 banners on as well, so it should be another good score. So he doesn't really have another kind of fleet. He actually runs Akbar in his fleet arena, so he's got Thrawn over here and that's it. Hyena Bomber's really tough to get through, so I won't be getting very high banners, probably, though without the Malevolence, of course, he's a lot squishier. So that's good. But let's try and get it done again with 4 ships. And then blow. And try to remind myself during my arena climb to, fleet arena climb, to do some undersize. I don't know if it's much of a climb anyway. I'm in one of those fleet arena servers, fortunately, where things are pretty calm. Usually I don't drop too far. Let's see here. Okay, so no Sunfac. I could have probably checked that, but didn't really check that. I want to keep... I would like to prevent Spy from stealthing. I don't mind focusing, but then again, if Hyena taunts, then there's not much of a point anyway, so let's just do that. Maybe this will get them close to dying, and then my 5s can spec them out if they have target lock. That should unstealth him. And then 5s can get the job done. Nice. 69. Pretty happy with that. So I could have left out Blow in the end, but I'll take 69 on fleets any day, except the day where I'm 1 banner behind. Alright, 2476. That is the exact same score as I had last time. Honestly didn't plan it this way, but pretty happy with the result again. My opponent definitely won't full clear me with the General Skywalker in the back there and the teams that he's got. So I can just show you the results in the next round. Hope you all had a good round, and I'll see you for the finals.